Hello guys, this is PushDustIn and welcome to a very quick and short Source Gaming discussion. Joining me today is Kody.
Hi.
He's the translator lead for Source Gaming, and we just really want to talk about this the results of this poll that I recently posted on Twitter, which shows a majority of people not really being interested in Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Right now, it's about 14% are planning on getting it day one, whereas like 10% is going to get it during the holidays. And the rest, like basically almost 75% of people are still considering or not at all getting Pikmin 3 Deluxe. So what's your initial gut reaction to this?
I think my gut reaction is that either a lot of people might have already played it on the Wii U, and if they didn't, they might not really see what is appealing about Pikmin. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's probably what I would think.
Yeah, I mean the port has some enhancements and everything, but still priced for a new game like it's $60.
Right.
When at one point it was going for $20 on the Wii U.
Exactly.
And also I feel like Nintendo hasn't really been pushing Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Like we're less than 10 days away from the title launching, and I mean we've gotten a couple of tidbits here and there, but between then we've had, Age of Calamity, we've had the new Mario All-Stars game. So it feels like it's kind of like just in this weird spot.
Yeah, I feel like it's being overshadowed by other releases, yeah.
And I'm really concerned about the results of this poll because, of course, like this is not like, official poll, and this is not indicative of how Pikmin 3 Deluxe will actually do. But, this is being answered by really hardcore fans, really people who are really invested in Nintendo, and it shows a lot of, really dedicated Nintendo fans aren't really interested in the title.
Yeah.
What do you think Nintendo could do to improve this situation?
I think right now, what they've done has been just kind of... I think they put out the Pikmin shorts so far, and they've done some other kinds of smaller commercials for it. But I think what they really need to do is... I don't want to say do some kind of bigger event for it, but including it in some kind of presentation in the future might help, I think. Without there being a lot of directs this time, probably because of a lot of the world situation going on now. That's probably caused there to be so few presentations. I think that has probably affected people's opinion on Pikmin 3, honestly, because I don't think they really had the opportunity to show much of it. It's not like Paper Mario that has the name, the Paper Mario, and Mario himself to ride on for its release. It's riding on the legacy of Pikmin, which is I don't think it's as popular as a lot of other Nintendo IPs.
I'd say it's probably less popular than Metroid.
Right, yeah, I think so too.
So I feel like Nintendo really needed to push the series a little bit more, and I think it should have been priced a little bit more competitively.
Yeah,
I feel like $60 is too steep of a price, especially with the current ongoing situation. A lot of people can't justify a $60 purchase when they're struggling to pay rent.
Yeah, especially when it's a re-release of a game that came out a while ago, too. I know that's the main reason why I personally am not going to be getting this port is because I already have it on the Wii U, and I really, really enjoyed the game. And don't get me wrong, I played it a lot on the Wii U, but I don't really feel the need to go back to it on the Switch either, so... I mean, for me personally, that's what I'm seeing. I also, like, with the world situation, I can't really justify spending $60 on it, like you said. So I'm kind of in that same boat, too. I can see why people might think that.
Just looking at the results, the replies to the poll that I did, a lot of people are saying, I can't justify this. I've already owned it on the Wii U. There's some people who are saying, I can't afford rent right now. So how can I afford Pikmin 3 Deluxe? And it's definitely going to be a struggle. It's an uphill battle for any game that's launching right now. But I think if people had to choose, one title or the other, I think Pikmin 3 Deluxe is going to kind of get shafted in a lot of ways. And it's not really an opportune time be launching.
Yeah, when there's Mario 3D All-Stars, which is a limited release, essentially.
It also includes 3 games.
Yeah, and it includes 3 games, along with Zelda or the Hyrule Warriors prequel to Breath of the Wild, which is like one of the most influential games of the generation, arguably. I think the Pikmin 3 is not really high up on people's lists either. Yeah.
So, do you think that these poll results are going to be are foretelling doom for Pikmin? Like, Pikmin is doomed.
I think it will do okay. I don't think it's going to do super well, but I don't think it's going to do super poorly either. I think there are a lot of people who haven't played Pikmin that will probably just try the game. If not now, maybe later on, like next year. I think initially there might not be a lot of sales for the game, but it might get picked up more later on. That's probably what will happen, I think.
Yeah, I think when Tropical Freeze came back to the Switch, it sold about like 2.25 million copies. That's pretty good for a game that was basically just re-released and everything like that. I have a feeling that Pikmin 3 Deluxe will probably be between 1 and 2 million for the Switch only.
Yeah, I agree with that because I mean, with something like Donkey Kong 2, it's a lot more easy to understand and play as opposed to Pikmin, which I feel like for somebody who's never played a Pikmin game before, they're going to look at this game and see so many things going on and probably be turned off by it, honestly. I think it doesn't really appeal to as wide of an audience either. So I agree with that.
I think Nintendo was very smart to release a demo of Pikmin 3 Deluxe, but I feel like if people have to kind of go out of their way to download it, unlike with the 3DS where they kind of downloaded demos automatically sometimes.
Right.
I feel like it's not going to have as much pickup compared to like 3DS or stuff like that. So I feel like the Switch is a little bit harder for people to get into these new IPs. And Pikmin's not a new IP, but it would be a new IP for a lot of people because it hasn't performed exceptionally well.
Right, yeah. It's also, I mean, it's been a very long time since a Pikmin game has come out. I mean, Pikmin 1 and 2 came out pretty close together, and then Pikmin 3 came out after the Wii, on the Wii U, and I mean, they've re-released the Pikmin games on the Wii also, but I don't think they've really pushed Pikmin up until they announced this game coming out again. I mean, there was that interview a while back that a lot of Pikmin fans remember about Pikmin 4, and then there's been nothing of that. There hasn't really been much talk about Pikmin, and I mean, Alf got into Smash as not even as an Echo Fighter, as a skin
as
of
just an old
Olimar,
costume,
which is pretty. I mean, as somebody who likes Pikmin, that's pretty disappointing. But I'm sure that doesn't help Pikmin's popularity either. So it's a lot of subtle things like that. I don't think Nintendo has been pushing Pikmin very much, especially recently up until this game got announced.
Well, where can people find you, Kody?
You can find me on Twitter at Kody Nokolo, and you can find me here if you subscribe.
Yep, so be sure to smash that subscribe button, and we'll be back very soon with more gaming news and discussion, so please go ahead and check us out, and again in the future. What's that saying? Always return to the source?
Oh yeah, that's right. Always return to the source.